Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here. Time for another Patreon-sponsored blind reaction. And this one comes to you courtesy of What I See Is Me, who has requested that I react to basically Netflix's Evangelion by Gigguk. So yeah, another Gigguk video, and this time we're talking Evangelion. More specifically, the new Netflix version that's out. And that could be interesting, though honestly I don't really know much about it. I remember hearing that it was a thing, but I wasn't really paying attention. Haven't followed the story because I don't really have much reason to care. Because I've seen Evangelion. I like Evangelion. And I mean, if there is a new version out, that's kind of cool because it gives people who haven't seen it yet a chance to maybe do that. If it's a bit more accessible. And it is definitely an anime that I do encourage people to watch. I think it is one that you should see. Yeah, I don't really have a reason to watch it again. So, I mean, I guess I would if, like, a reaction channel I really like decided to react to it. Then I'd probably watch it with them. And that's probably the only way I would ever be exposed to the new dub, if they chose to watch that version. Otherwise, yeah, probably never going to see it. So I don't really know what's going on with the dub, if it's terrible. I mean, if they're making videos about it, then that's a possibility, I feel, but I don't know. So I guess we'll just have to see see how Gigguk explains this whole situation. Yeah, let's get started and do that. Here we go.
Neon Jellyfish Evangelion is one of the most iconic anime
exactly how you say it.
Since originally airing on TV, it's had an enormous amount of re-releases on Laserdisc, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, Game Boy Advance, some select Japanese washing machines. I'm pretty sure there's an embedded copy on the Voyager spacecraft for aliens to discover.
I don't doubt it.
How copies were so hard to find, it will cost a total of your entire life savings on your first unborn child to purchase. But after all these years, Netflix have answered our prayers and made it available to the mass public worldwide. And for the first time, a new generation of people will finally get to experience the desolation of the Virgin Thanos snap versus the Chad Third Impact. And I'm glad to say they finally pulled through this time and given us the adaptation we were waiting for.
This is hilarious.
For decades, countless critics and fans have meticulously analyzed every frame, every piece of dialogue, peeling back the layers to uncover what visionary director Hayao Miyazaki was trying to say. And it's here, over 20 years later, that we still have no fucking clue. As the titular kaiju, mecha, slice-of-life drama, idol dance-off, horse racing, open-world third-person shooter action game, it's a title that's left its mark on history.
Misato.
If you're one of the few people who still have no idea what Evangelion is all about, even after all these years, here's a really quick plot synopsis.
He's run away. I'm not surprised.
That was it. Now Netflix has
perfect.
franchises to mixed effect, and there is no exception here. During this release, the decision was made to completely redub the entire thing in an utterly confusing move. As everyone knows, the original dub was a flawless rendition already perfect for mainstream consumption.
Hey, wait!
Oh.
Don't hold back.
And to add to the confusion even further, they replaced the original cast and hired some no-name voice actors to do this dub. They didn't even get
some of those seem like pretty familiar,
Shinji, which would have been the perfect
names.
casting. Come on, Netflix, get it together. You can spend $100 million licensing Friends, but you can't even get my boy Keanu. Man, if you're gonna disappoint me like this, at least get Danny DeVito for Gendo.
That would be perfect casting.
The most popular anime opening of all time in Cruel Angel Thesis that has been covered by bands and artists all over the world, including the Glory Gospel, LMFAO, and my personal favourite, a calculator. While Netflix have offered a skip intro button, it has come to light that this is actually a covert sting operation, as skipping Cruel Angel Thesis was declared as a war crime by the US in 1999. So far, a total of 7 people have been detained, where, as per legislation, they are publicly shamed, forced to watch 200 hours of the Lucky Star opening, and sentenced to be destroyed.
Not that bad.
Of course, it wouldn't be Evangelion without controversy, and this time there's been plenty around the retranslation of some lines. The biggest one revolving around Kaoru and Shinji's relationship. Now, in the original translation, Kaoru clearly states, "It means I love you," referring to his romantic feelings towards Shinji, as it is clear the relationship they share is homosexual. Now, in the Netflix version, this line is changed to, it means, I want to suck your bitch penis until the sun comes up, and we'd make little gay babies if it were actually biologically possible for two males to impregnate each other.
I see.
No
That's
homo. And it's pretty clear
wow.
why people are mad,
Wow.
because if you studied the subtext, you'd understand that by putting no homo at the end, it implies what he's saying is not gay, and that's illegal in 2019. While I understand why a lot of people are mad about that, in the
Yeah,
franchise where
you
everyone
can't do
is
that.
picked apart and
just
dissected,
not
there's
allowed.
always going to be something to set people off. So I think we should appreciate all the good translation work they've done, because, you know, we've still got classic scenes like this, and this,
Great one.
and you can see they really kept the subtlety and nuance with the dialogue translation here, so I think they really deserve credit where credit is due. And let's not forget this scene as well. Is there a more classic scene in Evangelion? We've got one job, it's one word, absolutely impossible to fuck up. Are you fucking kidding?
Wow.
Yes.
What did it cost?
You know, like everyone, I am offended that they didn't get the rights to Fly Me to the Moon for the ending, which completely changes the experience and almost makes the entire series unwatchable.
It's a great
What's
ending.
even more offensive
The moon!
is what they chose to replace it.
Unagi. You're a freak!
They just took an episode of Friends and nightcalled it. Admittedly, one thing I'm
Okay.
looking forward to is seeing the revival of the 20-year-old Best Girl War, which never actually ended. Asuka, Rei, these girls set the stage for our modern waifu landscape, and whatever your opinion,
The answer is
they deserve
Misato.
respect. If you've watched my waifu tier list video, you should have an idea about who I think comes out on top. But I did miss out one massive candidate.
Thinking he
The one
agrees.
who will never betray you and will always stay by your side, who's been lurking in the shadows this entire time. That's right. Sitting above everyone in SS Plus tier, right hand code.
Oh.
Evangelion
Wow.
is the classics
Wow.
of classics that has affected the medium of anime in a way no other show has. If you haven't seen it yet, there is absolutely no excuse now. Watching Evangelion on Netflix isn't just watching an anime, it's watching part of history. One that influenced a whole generation of fans, and today, over 20 years later, still remains the greatest anime adaptation of Pacific Rim that's ever been made.
Wow. Well, that was fun. I mean, there was some good information in there, but okay, that's interesting. What? Well, that was fun. That was yeah. There was some information in there that seemed like it was probably true, but then a lot of like nonsense. Which I mean, I kind of expected that, it being basically. I mean, it kind of reminded me of of like what Jello Apocalypse does, especially at the start with that name, just starting it with a good old fashioned silly name. I mean, it didn't quite go completely for that, but just coming out the gate with what the hell was it? Neon Jellyfish Evangelion. That's pretty good. Yeah, but some real funny bits in there, and it was interesting. I mean, I guess I would have to go to another source to feel to actually get a sense of the controversy around what the real controversy around this dub. If there even is any. I mean, sometimes that stuff is completely overstated. But or you guys can just tell me what's going on. I don't know. I mean, that's always an option. But yeah, this was a fun video. Gigguk is definitely entertaining, and yeah, good stuff. Anyway, hope you liked the reaction. Let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.